Hello and welcome back, artists and designers. We're going to go ahead and add some color to our robot. So you're going to want to have your swatches palette available here so that we can see these swatches. Now I'm going to tell you the ones that are built in are pretty terrible. They're really highly saturated and they're not great. Now you can go down and hit the little library, and there are a whole bunch of other ones that you can pull up here that are in other areas. Like if I do scientific, I can pull up other color palettes that are up here. I'm going to go ahead and show you another way that we can grab a color palette and add it in. And then we're going to talk about how to color this. So I'm going to head over to our Cooler site, and I just went ahead and in this site, if I kind of backtrack one step here, so on the landing page, I just hit Explore. I mean, you can make your own palette, but I'm just going to hit the Explore button, and I'm going to scroll through and find something that I want to use. So without getting carried away with it, I'm just going to pick this first one and say, let's use this as my base color palette. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to screenshot this. You can alternatively, you can actually download the screenshot, you can export, but I'm going to show you how to do it this way. So I'm going to do Windows Shift S. I'm going to do a quick screenshot. There we go, pops up in my screenshot. I'm going to paste it, Control V, paste it right in here. So I get my color palette here. And what I want to do is I want to add these colors to our swatches. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick a shape to start. Doesn't matter what shape. And I'm going to apply each color to it. So right now I have the helmet. I'm going to go over to my eyedropper tool, which is right here, eyedropper tool, and I'm going to pick my first color. That's this blue color. So I'm going to click that. It's going to make the helmet blue. And what I'm going to do is over here in swatches, I'm going to add a new folder, I think, create new color group. I'll just call this robot, and I'm going to hit OK. And that's going to add that in here. It's going to put that one in automatically. Now I'm going to click on my next color. That's blue. I'm going to drag that swatch right down to that color group. I'm going to click again. Eyedropper, drag. Eyedropper, drag. Eyedropper, drag. And that's a quick way to get that color palette. There are other ways to get that in there, but that's a really quick way to kind of do a screenshot and quickly grab and add those colors to it. So now I have them all added to my project. I can go ahead and delete this, and I'm ready to start actually coloring my robot. So here's a fast way to do that. I'm going to select my entire robot, and I'm going to go ahead and get the shape builder. And although we use the shape builder to merge things together and delete things, you can actually use it as a paint bucket. So with everything that you want to color selected, I'm grabbing the shape builder and I'm going to go through and just start colorizing what I want. So I'm going to pick my first color and say, let's make the helmet that color. And let's make this part that color. And then what about this? And maybe his feet. And now let's go to our next color. Let's do the dark blue, and maybe I'll do the dark blue here. Maybe for this area, maybe the upper portion of his legs, upper portion of his arms. The cool thing is you can keep going back and changing this as you see fit. And then let's do the orange, and let's see, what are we gonna do orange? Maybe the joints here. Let's do those orange, and we'll do all the arm joints and leg joints orange. And let's see, how about this lighter orange color? And maybe I'm going to do the dark blue in the head. So in this way you can essentially click through and add in your colors really however you want on your robot. Let's make these two lighter. This one the dark orange, and I got to do these legs here. I think maybe I'll go back to, yeah, maybe I'll use this dark blue again here and do this, and then let's do the feet with, haven't really used any of this yellow. Maybe to get that yellow in here. Maybe we'll do these parts of his arms yellow. Maybe I'll do his whole arms yellow. Again, that's the cool thing is you can kind of go back and change your minds. Maybe we'll do the eyes yellow here. And I think I have everything basically selected. So if I deselect off of that, oh, I forgot to do this. I can select that and just add that color directly. That's just a much quicker way than picking each shape, picking the color, picking the next shape, picking the color. If you select everything with that shape builder tool, grab that, and then anytime you select a color, you just click the shapes that you want to make that color, and it goes much, much quicker there. So you can see in a matter of minutes I get that all selected. I'm going to do something real quick here just before we end this video. You want to decide whether you want to have strokes or not on your final robot. So right now, most everything, whoops, I'm going to deselect, most everything has a stroke on it other than the helmet. So I want to see, what does this look like if I take the strokes away? Do I really need the strokes? So let's go ahead and select everything. And it says question mark for strokes because I have mixed ideas there. So if I do none, let's see what this kind of looks like. I actually really like that without the strokes. I did lose my antenna because those were actually strokes themselves and they weren't fills. So let's go ahead and put that back in and maybe make that the dark blue or maybe the yellow. We'll do the yellow's not going to show up. Let's do the dark orange and make those a little thicker up there. So I like that. I like that a lot better without the strokes personally. I think it adds something to it, but you can kind of make that decision. Just make it consciously whether you want to have the strokes or not. So in that way, I was able to color my robot pretty quickly. We grabbed a screenshot of our color palette. We dropped it in there, and then we had the stroke panel open, and we added a new folder, and we just kind of color picked and dragged each one of those strokes down to add that color. And then with everything selected, we grab our shape builder and we can just color pick and basically use the shape builder like a paint bucket tool. So there we go. Hopefully you get to color your robot and you have some cool ideas that come out of that, and I'll see you in the next video. We'll add some detail. All right, good luck.